In this video, I'm going to show you how to take an extra large men's shirt and turn it into a woman's peasant blouse using this as my inspiration. So let's get started. For this project, I recommend a shirt with large armholes since we're going to be cutting off the yoke and pulling the fabric up. For reference, I'm 5'6" and used a man's extra large, but a bigger shirt would have allowed me to make a higher neckline like in the photo. The first step is to remove the front pocket if your shirt has one. Then, mark the neckline curve starting from about 1/4 inch above the buttonhole to about 1 inch below the shoulder seam. Make the scoop in the back just large enough to remove the collar yoke. You want to make sure to remove the yoke because the multiple layers of fabric would interfere with the drape of the gathers. Then cut along the mark to remove the collar and the yoke from the rest of the shirt. If your shirt doesn't have a yoke, you can make the neckline any size you want. Next, cut strips from the bottom of the shirt, which will be used to finish the edges of the neck and sleeves. I cut 2 strips 1.5 inches wide, then trimmed off the placket and the side seam. Finally, cut the sleeves above the placket. To prepare the bindings, sew together the 2 strips from the back of the shirt with the right sides facing each other. This will become the neck binding. The 2 shorter sections from the front of the shirt will become the sleeve bindings. Sew the sides of the sleeve bindings together, then press or iron the seams on all the bindings open. Next, we're going to create the gathers around the neckline and the sleeves. Start by sewing a gathering stitch around the neckline using the widest stitch length on the machine. I generally sew 2 rows to make the gathers even, so I go all the way around once, turn 90 degrees, make 2 stitches, then turn another 90 degrees and sew a second row parallel to the first, while avoiding sewing on the plackets. Then repeat this process on the bottom of both sleeves. Pull on the bottom 2 threads and distribute the gathers evenly around the neckline. Try on the shirt to find the right spacing and size. To secure the gathering threads, wrap them around a pin. Iron the gathers, then pin the neck binding to the shirt with the right side of the binding facing the inside of the shirt. Place the seam, connecting the 2 strips near the back if possible. Sew the neck binding to the shirt, then remove the gathering threads and trim the seam allowance about 1/8 of an inch from the seam. Iron a fold 1/4 inch from the edge of the binding all the way around the neckline. Sew the end of the binding by turning it inside out and sewing along the edge of the placket. Then trim, turn right side out, and repeat on the other side. Turn the binding right side out, then top stitch close to the fold on the right side of the shirt. For the sleeves, pull the gathering threads until the sleeves are the same size as the binding, then pin in place with the right side of the binding facing the inside of the sleeve. Sew the binding to the sleeve, remove the gathering threads, and trim the seam allowance. Iron a fold 1/4 inch from the edge of the binding, then fold it over the seam on the right side of the sleeve and pin into place. Top stitch on the right side of the sleeve close to the fold and repeat the process with the other sleeve. To make the hem, fold the fabric 1/4 inch from the edge and iron, then fold over again and iron again. Sew close to the folded edge all the way around the shirt, and that's it. We're done. And here's the result. There are lots of variations to this basic pattern. You can sew casings for the neck and hem and use elastic or ties to create the gathers, or depending on the size of the original shirt, you can vary the size of the neckline or the length of the sleeves, so it's an easy, versatile design, and I hope it inspires you to try your own refashioning project. Thanks for watching and happy upcycling!